Well, hello there, my pretties. My name is Kirby, and I eat stuff for fun. I also buy stuff for fun. Welcome to Kirby's Anonymous. This is a safe space for us to talk about our coping mechanisms. Before we get into that, let me give you a little background, a little context, sprinkle some flavor. So I'm pretty sure that I have carpal tunnel syndrome. I have had it in the past, and although I haven't seen a doctor about it yet this time, the symptoms feel similar. They're not exactly the same, but like the pain in my hand, this time it's just one hand mostly, that prevents me from doing a lot of stuff on the computer, feels very similar to last time. I am going to make a doctor's appointment soon, by the way. The healthcare gears are turning. But so that's been happening for about 5 months. March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, okay, so about 5 months. This is the beginning of August now, and it was getting better for a while. It was getting to a point where I could kind of use the computer again if I use my ergonomic mouse and keyboard. But then I hurt my hand again by trying to play League of Legends. And at first it was fine, but I pushed it too hard, I think. And so, because I'm like a homebody internet computer nerd, and I have like no hobbies or interests that don't involve a screen pretty much, that has been hard. In some ways it's been restful, but it has meant a lot of time and a lot of days chilling on the couch, which all things considered is not as bad as it could be, right? Because I'm also lucky enough that I don't have a job right now. Lucky and unlucky. So I don't have to go in and try to use the computer anyway, which is what I was doing last time I got carpal tunnel and I wore wrist braces for like over a year, and then it gradually got better. I'm hoping it will gradually get better this time too. If I have to have surgery though, I'm open to it, because this has made me realize, even more than last time, I need to take care of my hands so I can continue to use computers. Because all the shit I want to do is on computers. You think I would have learned the fucking first time. And it was 5, 6, maybe even 7 years ago. But eventually, my posture started slipping. I wasn't doing my wrist exercises. And I hurt my hand again. But all of that to say, I've spent a lot of time on the couch. And I can use my phone a bit. But I don't really like just sitting there and scrolling YouTube for too long. I watch YouTube on the TV as well. And like, I've been trying to find some games to play, but there's not really many that I can do which don't hurt my hands. They have to be like very chill or very like not very physically intensive. So for the last like 5 months or so, it has felt like pretty much the only fun things I can do is eat stuff and buy shit, which is stuff that I did for fun anyway, even before this, when I had working hands and I could play games or research stuff or write stuff or work online or use the computer at all. But now that it feels like some of the only stuff I can do for fun, like to get some dopamine during the day, it has just come into super clear focus. Like when I'm not able to do other stuff, that I'm really just so dependent on these two coping mechanisms to manage my emotions or just to have fun. And to some extent, I think that's okay. I think it's okay to use food as a coping mechanism sometimes, or shopping as a coping mechanism, or just something fun to do. But like this, I have like a huge reliance on it, and there's some clear negative effects. Let's say that. Because for eating, I end up just eating too much, and the stuff that I eat is just like delicious junk food, which is fine in moderation, but over time I think it like degrades your quality of life, at least mine. And shopping is always fun, but you may remember that I said I don't have a job and I don't have income coming in. So shopping is kind of detrimental to my whole lifestyle at the moment. And like, I've done this before, like during the pandemic, the quarantine, I bought like all kinds of shit, and it was overboard then, but I was also making money then. So it was just like, whatevs. I know this is kind of crazy. Like, why am I buying a guitar and a camera and Pokemon cards, an entire rock band setup for the PlayStation and other stuff? We'll cut it right there. We'll cut the list so I can maintain my pristine reputation online. But when I don't have a job, it's like, bruh, what am I doing? Did I really need to order this Leatherman? You don't know what a Leatherman is. It's like a multi-tool. It's like a little It's like a little pair of pliers that has like a pocket knife and like a bottle opener and a file and shit. Like, that's cool, but like, I don't really need that right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I buy the cheap Leatherman either, right? Of course, I'm like researching it. I'm like looking into like what the coolest ones are with all the coolest features. Or like people who actually need and use tools, which is not really me. And you know what? There's worse habits out there, or at least like more self-destructive. I would rather be eating for fun and buying shit for fun than drinking for fun or doing drugs for fun. Like, no shame if that's your thing. We all have our things, right? But for me, those are things I'm afraid of. So I'm glad I'm not there yet, at least. But in the end, like, the effects are kind of similar. Like, I kind of use food as a drug, and I know that. I'm aware of it, but I do it still. Like, I'm like self-aware enough. I realize what I'm doing as I do it, but I like that also somewhat gives me the freedom to do it anyway. Some part of realizing makes me feel like, yeah, I know I'm using this as a coping mechanism, but like, there's stuff I need to cope with. And I could have other tools in my toolbox to do that with, but right now I don't. And I need to cope. I feel like I gotta get the dopamine. The stress I have to manage. And it's been like a difficult few months, just in terms of life, right? Of other stuff, of everything for me. And that makes my reliance on my coping mechanisms even clearer to me. And one of the hard parts is I know that there's like significant personal work I need to do if I want to like expand my toolbox, right? I want to have other coping skills that maybe are less detrimental to me. But that shit's hard, bro. Like, I don't want to do that. I guess maybe making baby steps is enough for now. In some ways, I will keep failing, at least until something big happens and I get too scared to keep relying on the same coping mechanisms. But hopefully it doesn't get to that point. It's kind of like it's like a naive way to live, right? But to some extent, that's what most of us are doing. Maybe that is just I'm just coping. Maybe everybody else has it figured out except for me, which would suck, but I don't know. If you're out there eating for fun, shopping for fun, doing drugs for fun, drinking for fun, whatever it is you do that helps you manage your emotions and deal with stress, I guess it's all good. Like, I'm right there with you. Maybe we can figure it out. Maybe we can figure it out together. Oh, it's been a long time since I made a video. I haven't really been able to like edit stuff. Although I kind of have like figured out a system now where I can probably do like simple videos. I have like an app that will make cuts for me. And I mean, besides like music and like editing the thumbnail and stuff, like that's kind of all I need for like the simple kind of talking head videos that I like to do. I kind of like forgot how to do this. Forgot like how my setup works. I usually will like plan out what I want to say, or like something useful to say, like helping people solve a problem or like answer a question. But I'm not doing any of that shit right now. I'm just talking. But maybe that's enough. That's enough for right now. Feels good to make something. So yeah, if you see this, thank you for watching. I see you out there. Hang in there. We're gonna hang in there together. Remember to be nice to yourself today. And hopefully I'll see you really soon. Bye.